One of the things which you will face as a Muslim revert, or when you become Muslim, the very first struggle you face is with family, of course, right? And just in general, like the people around you, especially like close friends or very close family. They'll question the decision which you have made. They won't be coming from a place of hate. I think it's just that they don't have like a better perspective on what Islam is about, or they haven't learned much about Islam except probably what we have been growing up watching from like Western media, right? The way they portray Islam as this kind of bad religion or this terrorist kind of religion, right? So you shouldn't hate them or have any resentment towards them for thinking about those things that way. I mean, honestly, before I came to the UAE, didn't think of Islam as this good religion, right? Because when you're watching movies or when you're watching news all your life, consuming all this Western media, it portrays Islam in a way that is bad, right? Or it kind of portrays Islam as like a terrorist kind of group or terrorist kind of religion. But then as you get into it and you learn more about it, or you live around the people who have been born Muslim and who practice it every single day, you see that it's two different worlds. You will see that it's something totally different from what you have learned throughout your life, which makes you start to question if everything you've been learning from birth that has been instilled in you, or any beliefs that has been put into you, you start to wonder if any of those things are actually true anymore, because now you're starting to see the truth for what it actually is. So that's just one of the things which you struggle with, or which you face when you decide to become a Muslim. Another struggle which you will obviously face is just language barrier, especially when it comes to like the Quran or the other Islamic resources. It's difficult to like understand like any Quran or any Islamic resources, especially if there's like the Arabic language involved and you've never grew up in an Arabic country. That's one of the things which you might struggle with. Of course, you can get by for a while with like transliterations or translations of the Quran, or some translations of like the hadiths, but just get into the habit of just learning basic vocabulary or grammar for Arabic so that you can use it, especially in the Quran, so that you can be able to understand the Quran more effectively. Again, throughout this whole journey, when you become a Muslim, or if you're thinking about becoming a Muslim, it's the struggle of like seeking knowledge, with the idea of like knowing where to get certain information which is authentic, which has got the right teachings and everything. Of course, online you can find like basics of Islam, like maybe the pillars of faith, or acts of worship that we need to do as Muslims, and just general guidelines. But it's always good to look for more authenticated or more specific pieces of knowledge that you can study from, especially the hadiths. The hadiths I haven't read all of them, but I've seen that they have got like a lot of good information or valuable lessons that you can take from them as you are trying to become a Muslim. Another thing which was obviously tied to seeking knowledge is just having someone to guide you through the process of exactly what to learn and how to learn it. It's always just, I think if you are lucky, inshallah, you'll find someone who will be able to like make time to like teach you everything that you need to know about Islam, how you can do certain things, what are the certain things that are prohibited, the things you should and should not do. That would be a good thing. Another very big struggle, especially for me, which I faced in the past year, was questioning if I made the right decision to become a Muslim, because you'll be hearing like a lot of noise from whether it's family or other people who are close to you, a lot of noise telling you, no, you made the wrong choice, and then maybe bring all this TikToks or this other information which they got from outside, which might make you have doubt along the way to think that maybe this choice which I made isn't really a good choice. But I promise you, it is not a bad choice. If you just hold on and be steadfast, everything will make perfect sense along the way. But however, on the flip side of like sticking to the process and everything, it genuinely becomes easier. And I believe the more you learn or dive deep into it, the more you like feel more connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So yeah, I think on the flip side of like sticking to the process, the more you learn about Islam, the more curious, I guess, and the more interested you get into like understanding what Islam is truly about. And you obviously build a good connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially if you're doing your best to like read the Quran on a daily basis. Even if it's just like a few ayahs a day, it's better than like doing nothing, right? I think one more thing you should just have is like patience throughout the whole process. You're not expected to like learn a lot of things or learn everything in like a short period of time. For some people it takes months, for some people it could take years for them to like really get all the good knowledge or the good guidance about Islam. It could take them like a very long time. So remember that you're just in your own path and in your own journey, and don't let like people outside rush you or make you feel less because you just have little knowledge on the subject or on the knowledge on Islam. It's better to take small consistent steps in learning and doing things than random big steps which happen in times of motivation. You will get to your desired goal of knowledge or level of knowledge with time, so don't worry too much about it. If you're genuine about seeking knowledge or genuine about pushing for something, Allah will definitely guide you towards the path you must take, and inshallah your journey will be a very fruitful and successful one. All I can say is just keep on pushing. It's definitely not easy being a Muslim revert, but no, that's just a roundup for me. May Allah make your journey a very successful one, inshallah. My name is Prosper Dante Abdul Malik Juma. I'm a Muslim revert and I'm also into bodybuilding. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'll catch you in the next video.